morning, folks.
Softball freaks.
Yeah, softball freak-a-leaks.
What's going on?
Happy New Year. We're back.
It's 2018. I know some of you are still writing 2017 when you're writing out dates. I know you're doing
I do that.
I haven't written 2017 yet at all.
If you handwrite at all.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, every
Or
once
you're
in a
typing 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
yet. Haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we have quite a show today.
Quite the show. We have graphics for you. Get excited.
Yep, so excited. So if you remember, at the beginning of the year, USA held their tryouts. We sent Allie Martinez out to cover the event. There she is.
I'm going to say hi.
Without Duke.
There it is.
It's me.
Without Duke.
Yeah, it's getting big time for USA.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Yep.
2 years out from Tokyo, folks.
Whoa.
2 years out from the grand re-entrance of softball into the Olympics and the international stage. So I'm getting excited.
I am so excited.
We're interested
and
and
I
excited.
want to be in
We're
Tokyo.
always interested and excited. You're going to be in Tokyo?
I want to be.
Oh, I was like,
It's a
that's news
dream.
to me, man.
Since it's Martin Luther King Day, I have a dream that one day I will go to Tokyo.
To watch softball in the Olympics. But we sent Allie, and she has some good stuff.
Yeah, Allie, tell us a little bit about
tryouts.
how the tryouts went.
Yeah, man, guys, it was really cool. I mean, obviously, you're just seeing the best of the best compete. I remember just, going out there and just being in complete awe because, just the players that are on the field, I was like, literally, this is like a dream. Just people just competing, and it was just incredible.
Who most impressed you?
Honestly, I think
Who
my
were you
favorite
just like,
part...
wow, holy crap.
Jolie.
I would have to say my favorite part was watching Taylor Edwards catch Carly Hoover. That was so cool. I mean, it was the last day of camp. They only had one game. This third day that was there, they had to cut it short because, weather and everything. But watching Taylor Edwards catch Hoover was really cool because they ended up just getting into this groove. And just the way that Edwards just, calls and just basically just picks on these hitters. It's just really, really fun to watch. That was by far my favorite part.
There you go, Taylor Edwards. You're welcome.
Awesome.
Alan Martinez just giving you a plug.
I got
Yep.
you.
So we were so inspired by the tryout
We were very.
that we decided, to have a little fun here on Here's the Deal and make our own dream team come 2020. Now, that this doesn't take into account who was invited. It's just basically who we want on the 2020 roster, and we even included the lineup. So,
Yeah. And now, disclaimer, like Ches said, this is not who made the 2018 team. You're going to see some faces on there that did not make the 2018 team, just so we're all clear.
because it's MLK Day,
And we all
a
have
girl
dreams.
can dream. A girl can dream.
I think we're starting with mine. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're starting with mine.
Here we go.
Here we go. There it is.
All right, check out that headshot.
Yeah, that is from a trip that I took to South Padre. I think I was on one of those ships.
Wow.
And they
Were you 18?
They drew. No, that was. I was 28 in that picture.
Whoops. 10
It's
years off.
actually the picture that's in the company wide.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
It's an awesome
and
toy.
they,
Great arms.
Thanks.
Great arms.
Yeah, I work out. I try to.
All right.
I wish I could
Tell
squat
us
more,
about your
but-
picks.
All right. So, I actually haven't seen Allie's and Chez's yet, but I can't imagine anybody not picking Monica Abbott in the circle.
Yeah.
I'm not even having the discussion. I'm not. It's just Monica Abbott, and I'm moving on. Per Allie, I'm super impressed with Taylor Edwards. I was a catcher myself. She's a stud. I don't think there's a better catcher out there with the bat, defensively, and they Monica Abbott and her.
They do have a history.
They have
in the
history.
Chicago Bandits.
So that's my battery for 2020. Moving on to the infield, man, Mo Mercado is a stud.
She is.
Yeah.
I think I moved her kind of last minute from short into third. Mm-hmm.
You think she could play third base?
I think she can play third base. Mo, I believe that you can play third base in the Olympics. And your bat is unbelievable. And Allie had great things to say about you during the tryouts, just crushing the ball.
Yeah.
So, huh?
She's a crusher.
She is a crusher. So that's third. Allie Aguilar, so smooth. I don't think anybody is as smooth as Ali Aguilar on the field.
Yeah, those two on the left side.
That's
Holy
a solid
team.
left side.
And like it's actually pretty cool. At tryouts, she actually got like nailed in the face, and like it was a terrible bad hop. Like just got took to the face. The next day she was out playing again.
Aguilar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. Just a complete champ.
She's a boss.
She's kind of an animal.
She's a boss. I think she's super athletic. I think she's great at short, and we all know that she has a fantastic bat as well. Second, I was shocked not to see a Romero on the roster for 2018. I will bet on Sierra Romero all day, every day. I think she should be there. I think she should be at second for 2020. National Collegiate Player of the Year. Just a stud.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened in 2018, but 2020, I better see Romero playing the second base spot. This is my wrench. I threw this one in.
I like it.
I don't think there is a young talent as good as Shay Knighton.
Bold words.
You're hearing it here first, folks.
Shay Clutch Knighton.
Man, is she clutch. Same thing. I would not bet against Shay Knighton. I want her on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we were talking earlier. It was interesting that there is no Sooner from the national championship team.
Yeah, there not one Sooner made it on the 2018 roster, which is baffling to me. I know that they're great. The reason they're winning national championships is because they're a great team.
Yes.
But there are great individuals on that team. Some of whom are Sydney Romero, Shay Knighton, Paige Parker. Like the list, we could go on and on about the greatness that is on the Oklahoma Sooners right now. And not to see anybody on the team in 2018, oh boy.
I mean, just what comes to mind is like the last 2 years watching Shay Knighton, and everybody remembers, if you watch the Women's College World Series, her hitting that, I believe it was like a 2-3 run bomb to win the game. I mean, it doesn't get more epic than that.
Time after time,
I mean,
she is so clutch.
I could see her in the medal game doing that exact same thing.
Yes.
Against possibly Japan or Canada.
Mark it down. That's a prediction, folks. 2020, Shay Knighton's going to hit a walk-off bomb.
I have a dream.
Against Japan or Australia. So I got a very veteran battery. I have some youth in the infield, and then I have a very veteran outfield.
Let's check it out.
Back to that. Moultrie is a stud. She's got some great speed. She has Team USA experience. I like her in left. This is where some people might be questioning me, Wiggins, Kretschmann, but I don't think you get a better 1-2 punch in softball than those two. They do it all the time. Wiggins leads off, she's in center. Kretschmann's second, she's in right. They're one of the best pro teams. They're stacked. They're like the Yankees.
I mean,
who would want the center fielder and the right fielder from the Yankees on an Olympic team?
I understand Kretschmann has the stats today, but 2 years from now, like
Kretschmann is an ageless wonder. It does not matter how old she is.
It's honestly so true.
She belongs on the 2020 Olympic team.
I mean, is she kind of like a Brett Favre
yes,
of like softball?
Exactly. She's the Brett Favre, Tom Brady, if you will. I hate the Patriots, but
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, the Saints went down. Whoa,
Ouch.
We could take a detour and talk about Saints-Vikings game last night, but we're not going to.
Yeah, we're not.
Kretschmann is an ageless wonder. Right field. Oh, do we want to do my lineup? Did I talk through the lineup?
Let's take a gander.
I'm getting hot in here.
All right.
So I just talked about why 1-2 Wiggins Kretschmann. It's the best 1-2 punch in pro softball. Mo Mercado is just a stud in the 3 hole.
Wow.
Taylor Edwards, again, just a monster offensively. And then Sierra Romero. I mean, who wouldn't want Sierra Romero? If Sierra Romero dips to number 5 in your lineup, it's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah.
Like, she could hit 3-4 in any other lineup.
This is a very bold team.
Hey, go big or go home. And then the same thing with Aguilar. We know what her bat did when she was a Husky. And then there's my wrench that I threw in everything. Shay Knighton, clutch Shay Knighton. She's hitting 2, 4, 6, 7. Knighton's in the 7 hole. I think This is by far the best lineup between the two. We're only going to talk about my lineup today, folks.
I beg to differ.
I'm not done with mine yet. Studio guy, thank you. And then DP, Casey Cooper. I love Casey Cooper. If you want to talk about one of the most level-headed players there is, smart, super intelligent, obviously because she's going to be a surgeon. I want her in my lineup. She's kind of I had Haley McClenny in here and I pulled her, but like McClenny and Cooper to me are like you want them in their lineup just because of their level-headedness and like the attitude that they bring to the game, right? Like I want them on my team. And then in the 9th spot, Michelle Maltry to kind of set up the top of the order with speed, great bat, and then obviously Monica Abbott.
Look, folks, this is hard.
This was so difficult.
If you're at home, play along with us, because when you actually sit down and you write out and map out where these players are going to end up, it's not as easy as it looks. So USA has one of the toughest jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only put 9 on the field. You can only
put 9 on the field. Yeah, it was tough. But clearly, I'm pretty pumped about it.
We're going to take a look at the better pick, which are my picks.
Get out of here.
So remember, folks, this is a hypothetical pick situation. This is basically my dream team. As far as the lineup goes, I'm going to mix power, speed, and experience all rolled up into one beautiful package to lead USA to gold. Obviously, I'm with Sarah, putting Monica Abbott in the circle and Edwards behind the plate.
Looks like you looked at mine before you made this.
Whatever. You were the one making the last minute picks.
You actually sent it in before you did.
I made one last-minute adjustment. But as you can see in the infield, it's pretty stacked. So I've got Jake Wish at first, and really, Jake Wish can play anywhere. If she needed to play behind the plate, if she needed to play third base, she could play either. But it's hard not to have that bat in your lineup. And then obviously with Romero at second, kind of a no-brainer. Aguilar at short, Warren at third.
I'm just going to say, clearly mine is the best lineup. But Warren at third is a really, really solid pick.
Yeah.
She's
folks,
a monster.
She's a monster. Last year,
Mercado. I will stick with Mercado.
Warren had 68 RBIs last year, 23 home runs. To me, she just only has upside. And if you've seen the girl play third base, she's a natural.
She's good. She is really good.
That's
a good pick.
It's tough because I was thinking Mercado possibly at third too. But I was worried it wasn't a natural position for her. Could she actually play it?
It's fair. Completely, totally fair.
This is weird. It was a tough decision in my hypothetical world.
Third base caused all of us problems. Just so third base was our really big problem.
And you got
position.
Jenna Lilly, who's just as good. But it's really hard to argue with Warren's stats. And then her ability to play third base like she does. She's just too freaking good. And then in the outfield, I went with Chip Bennett. She's one of my favorite outfielders to watch. The girl can literally track down anything. And her communication skills, if you've seen Chip, she doesn't shut up. She just simply does not shut up. So if you can imagine in a large stadium of thousands, tens of thousands of people, Chip Bennett is going to be a person that you hear. I went with Wiggins in right and then Moultrie in left. Now, a little bit about this lineup. I'm going to lead off with Wiggins, and here's why. Wiggins has been playing in the Japanese League for quite some time. Also, she plays on the same team of the Japanese national coach. So for her to have the insight into how these Japanese pitchers are pitching, their style of play, their strategy, I don't know if you can look to a better person.
You don't have to sell me on her. We're in the same spot.
And she's got one of the sexiest bat flips on the planet. Have you seen it? Yeah.
# sexy bat flip.
In the 2 spot, I went with some speed with Alexis Bennett. To me, if you've talked to every coach in the Pac-12, she's simply a nightmare. Not only does she clock a consistent time from home to first, the girl can steal bases. Right? So if we've got somebody who can run the bases, put pressure on the defense, I want her at the top of the lineup. I want her to see lots of at-bats. In the 3-hole, went with Romo. How could I not go with Romo? She's got a mix of speed. She was number 2 in the NPF in RBIs. The girl's clutch. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
It's Romo.
It's asinine.
I feel like, and not only this, it's winning a gold medal, but also I feel like she could be the face.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, without
Of like USA softball.
Easily. And like, this is a completely different topic that we should probably have sometime, but like, women's soccer is so successful because they have faces of the sport.
Yes.
Like, softball needs faces of the sport, but that's a completely different discussion. Put a pin in that one.
Yeah. So I went with Edwards in the 4, and it's kind of a no-brainer. Edwards led the league in RBIs this year. So with that 1-2 punch, it's kind of, I mean, that's just simply dangerous.
That's straight up nasty.
Yeah.
Like,
and add to it that Edwards has also been playing in the Japanese league, so she's seen a lot of the pitchers and the style of play of the Japanese. And I'm referring to him because I feel like that's probably going to be the team that USA faces in the championship game.
That's fair.
When with Aguilar, behind Edwards, Jessica Warren. I'm going righty-lefty, if you can tell. So Casey Cooper in
Look
the
at
DP.
you. I see you with that.
Strategy,
She was
baby.
a coach.
Used to coach. Savannah in the 8-hole, and then Moultrie, because she can pretty much be another leadoff on the roster. So remember, folks, this is hypothetical. We're just having fun here. But
Completely hypothetical. It's not who made the 2018 team. It's anybody we want. It's our dream picks. So you saw mine. You saw Chez's. Are you done with yours?
yeah, I'm done.
It's all Allie.
that was
Allie
me.
was there,
Allie.
so she was
I don't
watching.
think y'all are ready for my lineup. It's pretty sick. All right. No, I'm dead serious. So, I mean, obviously, like, Abbott and Edwards, that's a no-brainer. They just work so well together. Edwards knows her pitches, and, I mean, obviously, they just know each other's tendencies, which is really cool. So, let's go to first base. Cervantes. Cervantes is a freaking beast. Like, she is so freaking good, guys. Not only that, but she's played in Japan, so she has knowledge. And she's just like, she has so much knowledge in the game. Obviously her, Abbott, Edwards, let's see who else. Flippin, Aguilar. This is all scrapyard players. And Bailey Landry, like, was added to the scrapyard dogs. So, like, they've all played together, which is really cool. But Cervantes, like, I don't know, she's so underrated. She's just so freaking good. We got Romero at freaking second base, and she's obviously like a no-brainer as well. Whenever I was at tryouts, they probably didn't produce as much as they usually do with the Romero sisters, but, I mean, everyone just knows how they play. They're good. They're really good.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Right? You've got a situation when you're forced to perform in, like, a matter of a couple of days.
Yeah.
I believe they got rained out one day. So it's hard to, and the committee doesn't have an easy job whatsoever on deciding who makes a team, but it's really tough.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that short amount of time,
Yeah.
you get rained out completely in a day, and maybe you get hot towards the end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the way they were doing it, they're facing 4 pitchers. So obviously they had like 4 at-bats on the day, I think. So it was just like, that's a lot of pressure. Like, that's hard. But moving on to shortstop, Aguilar, she's so consistent with her bat. Her swing is just so smooth. And once again, like, she got nailed in the face at tryouts and came back the next day and was ready to, show out. And she did. Like, she was, just hitting them in the holes. Like, she was great.
Just want everybody to know that we are in complete agreement.
Grants?
Agreeance. You're welcome, folks. Webster, word of the year for 2018. Battery and up the middle in the infield. Like, all 3 of us.
Yep.
Abbott, Edwards, Romero, Aguilar.
No,
Just
for
wanted
sure.
to make note.
And
Sounds
then,
like a dream.
I'm telling you guys, this is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Like, I went to college and everything, but, like, I sat here for at least an hour trying to decide who I was going to have at third base. And for me, it was a toss-up between Casey Cooper and Hannah Flippin. And I ended up going with Flippin. She's really consistent. She just hit lights out at freaking Utah. Like, she's good. She's really good. And obviously she made the USA, I believe the Japan National Team League, so like the second team. But she's just good. I don't know. This was really hard. It was really hard. Right field, I have Landry. I really wanted to add Landry into this because she has speed, and that girl can freaking play defense. She's just overall like an awesome like level-headed player too. She knows the game. Obviously killed it at LSU, and then she was Rookie of the Year this past year in the NPF. So she had a great first year. Just overall, just solid player. McClenny, I mean, she's so good. I mean, she made this catch over at tryouts, and like, it was just a routine play for her. It was just insane just watching her do her thing each and every day. And not only that, but just being so uplifting to other players, you know, when there's just so much pressure there at tryouts.
I mean, no, there's no doubt. McClenny has tremendous, like, leadership qualities.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Like, her ability to kind of be the glue of a team is uncanny. I mean, we've seen what she's capable of, like, in different press conferences and how she handles herself and represents a program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once again, like, for me, like, her and Romero, like, would be the faces of Team USA, including, I mean, Monica Abbott. And then left field, I ended up going with Wiggins. It was really hard. I couldn't decide if I wanted to throw Crutchman in there. I could see Sarah's argument.
Ageless wonder. Kelly Crutchman is an ageless wonder. Ageless wonder. Put her on the team.
I mean, like, she's just always putting up numbers. But
she's like the Jennifer Aniston of softball. She doesn't age.
Where do you draw that comparison?
Jennifer Aniston has not aged since Friends, and Kelly Crutchman has not aged since college. Next, move on.
All right, fine, it's fine. But I have Wiggins starting off, and then obviously you're going to go to Landry. Romero, Edwards to clean it up. And honestly, out of all these players, Edwards have to be my favorite. She's so good. It just blows my mind.
We get it, Allie. You like Taylor Edwards.
You're a freaking beast.
We get it. Why don't you just change your profile picture to Taylor Edwards?
Honestly, I'm going to do it. I'm going to Photoshop myself right next to Taylor Edwards, like best friends forever.
But you should. Like a president's photo where you just like...
It's going to happen. If you see it on our Instagram, you know why.
Yeah, I dare you.
Odds.
Do it.
Odds.
We want to hear from you, Taylor Edwards. We want to hear from you.
Just be like, hey, Allie, I know. I mean, thank you for being just the greatest fan out there. I'm your biggest fan.
Well, we got weird, folks.
Cervantes, Mercado, Aguilar. It's just an awesome lineup. I don't know. I think mine's a nice blend. Just a nice blend altogether.
We all know, folks. You would agree.
Folks, there's no...
My picks are the best. Best balanced offense.
We should run a poll.
We're gonna run a poll for all of you out there. And we're going to show you the lineups.
What's the use? You know I'm going to win.
No.
Listen.
Hey, I'm the youngster right here. I can get it done.
I'm the only one who has the Ageless Wonder in the lineup. We're gonna run a poll, and we want your votes.
Okay.
I'm obviously going to win because I'm Edward's best friend, so.
Obviously, you guys cannot stay away from each other.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy, that was fun.
All right, so there you have it, folks. Those are our picks, but we're going to switch topics. So if some of you have been following the site, you know that early recruiting has been a hot-button topic for quite some time. And now the NFCA and a number of other coaches are moving forward to possibly put together new legislation to end early recruiting. Now, it's really interesting. Lacrosse this year in April passed new legislation where coaches could not have contact with players until September 1 of their junior year. In effect, softball would adapt the same legislation, pushing back the contact date. Sarah, your thoughts?
I'm just going to quote one of the greatest minds in softball.
Wonderful.
Hutch says, quote, "We are spiraling in a poor direction." I think that's probably as clear as you can make it, and it indicates how necessary a change is. Again, I never want to take away from the young players who are committing in 8th grade, 9th grade, 7th grade, I think we had some.
Yep.
Obviously talented players. They are picking what they think is their dream school at this point in their life. Congratulations. But 13-year-olds shouldn't feel like they need to be making that kind of decision. I like the legislation that Lacrosse has put forth and that softball is considering. My biggest issue all the time is how are you going to enforce this? How are you going to enforce people not talking to kids at clinics and camps? Phone calls are still, they haven't touched phone calls.
Yeah,
Player can still pick up the phone and call a coach. It can't be enforced is my issue. So I mean, coaches know that this is a problem. I obviously just quoted Hutch. I think Karen Weekly also at the NFCA convention. She said the biggest problem facing college softball today is early recruiting, but it is not going to change unless coaches and NCAA work together to make it change. That's a direct quote from Karen Weekly of Tennessee. So they know it's an issue. It's just a matter for me, it's just a matter of enforcement with these rules if they get adopted.
And can you move forward and make any accusations based on a verbal agreement? I don't know. None of the verbal commitment is non-binding.
No, it's non-binding for either side, and it's.
What's
the point, right? What's the point of it?
I will say that it's an effort to protect a number of people. The players who have basically have been feeling an immense amount of pressure to commit sooner, earlier, yada, yada, yada. Parents also kind of floundering because, so-and-so's committing and so-and-so's committing and my kid's not committed yet. So they begin to worry. On the coach's end, they're working around the clock. Recruiting for them never ends.
Yeah. No,
coaches out there, if you're watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you're in the freaking hamster wheel, and it's just like you get one kid to commit, and then it's just like you're at it again. And then the next thing you know, you're watching some sixth graders play softball.
That's how you're spending your summer. You're watching sixth graders play softball. That's your summer.
Yeah, I think overall the landscape and of early recruiting, I think, will change. I just feel like there's still going to be middleman moves that are done. So when I'm talking about middleman moves, I'm talking about a college coach contacting the club coach to talk to the player and setting up phone calls, because the phone calls aren't going to be able to be monitored. Prospective athlete
it's almost lunchtime,
can still make the call to the coach.
Right.
So that's going to be tough to monitor. I think we don't know enough about how this has affected lacrosse just yet. But I do believe that it slows down. So in regards to are coaches still going to go watch some of these younger athletes?
Of course they are, but it's just I think it's a good thing. I do. I really think it's a good thing.
Yeah. So it does change the unofficial visits as well. So players won't be able to take unofficial visits until their sophomore year versus 6th or 7th grade, which is kind of what's happening now.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the most significant changes of it. I mean, we're all talking about the official visits, but if you can't take an unofficial until your sophomore year, that's also a significant change.
Yeah, definitely.
Very significant.
But it doesn't really stop a player from signing up for a softball camp and walking around campus.
Or or having the middleman thing that you mentioned, or picking up the phone and calling. So it's interesting.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Let us know.
I know tons of people have been voting. Not voting, signing the petition to kind of move forward with the same legislation as lacrosse. But do you think this is going to actually protect players in the end, or do you feel like we're going to keep spinning our wheels kind of like how we are now?
That's the deal, folks.
Yeah, that is the deal.
Got heated.
It got exciting in here, man.
Yeah.
I think we
I felt like I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of emotions
I'm
going on.
Joking to debating, and then serious tone. But
that's what you can expect from the deal in 2018, folks.
We got another Here's the Deal next week.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys have been on our site lately, but we have so much softball going on this spring. I might not survive it.
Same.
Pray for me, please. So we have the JUCO Kickoff Classic, which starts next weekend, and then we roll on into Kajikawa, the Titan Classic, and then we're on to Mary Nutter. Do you feel me? And then we're on to Diamond 9. And, right.
And then there's Judy. You forgot Judy Garman.
Judy Garman. And then the Spring Games, which covers D2, D3, NAIA, and JUCO games. Then we got Big Ten.
How many games is it? It's only like Spring Games?
Over 1,600.
It's only 1,600 games in 5 weeks. It's not that big of a deal.
That's why I'm
Everything's
asking for your prayers. I need them. Please.
So much softball.
Awesome. And then if you are a Fresno State fan, we will also have Fresno State home games.
That's new.
On FloSoftball. Do you feel me?
Hashtag Team No Sleep.
That's the
Till
deal.
next week, folks.